Have you ever imagined what it would be like if Kung Fu, a martial art that existed long before your parents were even born, were to face off against today's modern fighting styles like boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, and others? Some of you might think that Kung Fu is no longer relevant in today's world of martial arts. But is that assumption actually true? If we take a closer look at the philosophy and characteristics of Kung Fu, this ancient martial art, around for thousands of years, should still have the ability to compete in today's martial arts world. Kung Fu practitioners are taught to balance strength with gentleness, fast movements with slow ones, and to harmonize the body, mind, and breath. What's more, in practice, Kung Fu practitioners also train in empty hand techniques, including punches, kicks, locks, and blocks. So this martial art should absolutely have what it takes to compete in the ring. Its effectiveness is clearly demonstrated in this video, where a boxer tries to test the skills of a Kung Fu practitioner at a temple. But during the fight, a series of relentless strikes from the Kung Fu practitioner leaves the boxer with no choice but to stay on the defensive. After continuously landing blows on his opponent, the Kung Fu practitioner eventually decided to stop the fight. Even under the rules of other martial arts, Kung Fu practitioners can still hold their own. Take this sparring moment, for example. An MMA fighter steps into the ring to face off against several Kung Fu practitioners under boxing rules. But surprisingly, the Kung Fu fighters managed to put serious pressure on the MMA fighter. As the match goes on, the Kung Fu practitioners become increasingly aggressive, causing the MMA fighter to get knocked down multiple times. But an even more impressive sparring session can be seen in this video, where an MMA fighter demonstrates how a Kung Fu practitioner deflects incoming attacks with the fluidity of flowing water. After deflecting the strikes, the practitioner skillfully uses that momentum to launch a counterattack.
For a second, it's considered a hand trap, and with his right side face open from the hand trap, I threw my jab. Another way is to parry the jab and into the check left hook. Nate's right straight with my lead hand, and it's my cross.
The Kung Fu practitioner also displays a fascinating striking technique. With all the feints and trick movements, it's no surprise that many of his punches manage to land cleanly on the MMA fighter.
Trap lead hand and into my jab. Cross hand trap, meaning I'll use my lead hand or left hand to trap my opponent's left hand and into my cross. Hand trap, lead hand, into my cross. I'm sure you've noticed by now, but we are seeing so much more cross.
One of the most captivating aspects of Kung Fu is its speed. Most practitioners of this martial art are trained to deliver fast and precise strikes. Just like in this video, where a Kung Fu practitioner knocks down an MMA fighter with a single lightning-fast kick. Aside from speed, Kung Fu training also emphasizes intense conditioning to make the body more resistant to pain and injury. This is the result of a combination of extreme physical training and mastery of internal energy known as qi. A great example of this is shown by Kung Fu practitioner Yi Long.
Right hand, and it looked like the lights went out for a second, and he just waits and says, "Give me your best shot." And
for an average fighter, taking a series of full power punches like that would have likely ended in a knockdown. But thanks to the physical strength developed through his intense training, Yi Long is still able to keep pushing forward and even corner his opponent.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You would not believe that when somebody told you that a man could take the best shots from Brad Riddell.
So with all this proof of Kung Fu's power, why is it still underestimated in the world of martial arts? The truth is, many people claim to be Kung Fu masters, but once they step into the ring, those claims often turn out to be nothing but lies. Take this video for example, where someone claims to be a Kung Fu master, but when he steps into the ring against an MMA fighter, his striking techniques turn out to be completely ineffective. In the middle of the fight, the MMA fighter throws a spinning kick, and surprisingly, the so-called Kung Fu master waves his hand, signaling that he's giving up. The same goes for this fight, where another self-proclaimed Kung Fu master steps into the ring against an MMA fighter. But as soon as the referee starts the match, it's clear that the Kung Fu master is no match for his MMA opponent. To be fair, the Kung Fu master does show impressive durability. But no matter how tough he is, there's only so much he can take. Eventually, he gets knocked down multiple times. And after holding on for quite some time, the Kung Fu master finally goes down, taken out by a powerful hook from the MMA fighter. Here's another case. A man claiming to be not just a Kung Fu master, but also a monk, steps into the ring to fight a boxer. But what ends up happening is, this so-called master becomes nothing more than a human punching bag for the boxer. This video also shows someone claiming to be a Kung Fu practitioner boldly challenging a BJJ fighter. But in just a short time, the BJJ fighter successfully locks in a deadly armbar submission. An even more shocking fight can be seen in this video. Believe it or not, an MMA fighter manages to defeat a Kung Fu master in just 10 seconds.
Out there!